Everybody, it's redraft time. We've got Bola in the building. Big Bola, what up?
What's up, man?
Ain't nothing much. Let me pull up this mock here and let's get going.
Let's do it.
One person hopped out. Let's let
Oh,
everybody know we're about to start. Guys, let me know if you hear echo or not. I hear an echo on me. And are you going to leave it like this, Bola, or are you going to
um, I
mix
might
up the
randomize once we get
ra-
one more person in. Yeah, I'm going to randomize.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna do that now, and then
Low echo of DS. God damn, man.
just one
Diaz,
more.
you
I
in
sent
here?
it
Hop
every.
in.
Yeah, I sent it everywhere. Someone should be getting in real soon.
All right.
Wonder if that changed. No.
Mm. Well, Bola, you've been doing these kind of drafts. Where's the link? Shit, that would be smart if I put the link out here. It should be in my story.
Oh, we're filled up now.
We're not. Somebody hopped out on 12.
Oh, I'm 12. Damn it.
Should be that one, Diaz. Ew, this is annoying me. So how early are you taking Bijan?
Me?
Yeah.
In redraft, I'm gonna take him as early as third overall. I know that sounds ridiculous, but
No, it doesn't sound ridiculous because I'm with you. Go ahead.
he is just that good of a player in that good of a situation.
All right, we're full now, guys. Start up. Here we go. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead. What were we saying with Bijan?
I might go ahead and start it real quick, so we're not
Go ahead.
holding everyone up. Okay,
Hmm.
3, 2, 1. Start this bad boy. Okay. Um, and then for me, well, first overall, that's an easy pick. Um, but about Bijan, oh, second overall, there you go. Bijan is such a good player in such a good situation, and with such high draft capital. Like, wasn't Bijan the highest drafted running back ever since like Saquon and whenever he was drafted? Because Saquon went 2, I think, and then Bijan went 8. So I think he was the highest drafted ever since Saquon a few years back. If you draft someone that high, then they're gonna get used a lot right away.
I think we did two wide receiver, two flex. Yes.
Yeah, does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Redraft. Yes, redraft. Dude, that's my bad. I don't know. I guess you could say 6 points. Is it? Do you usually do 6 point or 4 point passing touchdowns?
I usually do 6.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Yeah. So PPR one QB. Oh, oh man, I don't usually like taking, but we're gonna do it.
Oh, you don't like Eckler?
I do, but I don't know. For some reason, I worry about this year, but I probably shouldn't.
Well, I mean,
Hmm.
he's been the number 1 and 2 for the last few years. It's like at
Mhm.
some point, he's not gonna he's not gonna make that. He's not gonna reach that crazy production that he has been. Sorry, the dogs are going nuts.
I was thinking about Saquon maybe.
Yeah, Saquon. Yeah, he'll have a good season, of course.
I like the Kelsey pick.
Yeah, Kelsey. He's someone I'm not sure just how high you want to take him, because I mean, there's absolutely no questioning his potential. I mean, that's Do I even have to say anything about that? Um, but it's just like how early do I want to take him versus all these other guys? It's just hard to kind of judge. It's just hard to kind of weigh those options.
Mhm.
Where has he typically been going in mocks that you've been doing?
Right around there, right around the
Okay.
mid to late first.
Carl said he's taking Kelsey one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really argue it. I mean, he's been so good.
Yeah, I mean, the best at his position by a very long shot. It's just like, is tight end a valuable enough position to go over Jettas or Bijan or anyone else? That's the question that I'm not really sure the answer to.
Mhm.
Okay, 1.8 has a really nice start
Damn,
so
this
far. I
is
like
tough.
those two guys.
I don't trust any damn running backs. God damn.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Probably should have went. I don't know. Pollard, JT, and Josh Jacobs. I just
Shh,
don't know.
don't mention Pollard. Maybe he'll make it to me. I know he won't. No, dang it. Okay, I shouldn't have even expected to get him. But yeah,
How hard?
Pollard will. Sorry, what was that?
No, go ahead. What were you saying about
Oh,
Pollard?
Pollard's. I mean, obviously without Zeke, Zeke took like almost 40 red zone touches last year, or red zone rush attempts. I mean, and without that, I mean, who else is gonna get him in the running back room? Deuce Vaughn. I mean, come on, Pollard is gonna go nuts. Gonna go
I,
absolutely nuts without Zeke.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about taking Mahomes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. That's where you ended up, dude. That's where we're at.
okay, gonna get Gibbs. I really like Gibbs. Hmm. Mm, and Higgins.
Okay. Now,
Boom.
how early are you willing to take Mahomes?
Mahomes. Um. Gosh, just quarterback is just not a valuable enough position to for me to want to take him. The earliest I'd say mid third, but in the mocks I've done, he never makes it that far.
Oh,
Because
I
I
mean,
can get.
go ahead.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't mean to interrupt you all the time. I'm sorry.
Not you, bro.
But you can get Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Justin Field in the third or fourth round. So who can arguably topple Mahomes as the number one guy? And Josh Allen did last year. I'm pretty sure. At least when he was healthy. Yeah, I just don't see the need to take Mahomes in the second. Okay, so there will be guys available, quarterbacks available in the third to fourth who have, quarterback one overall potential. Um, but there will not be running backs available in the third to fourth that will have running back one overall potential. So I would much rather have a running back who is gonna go way sooner than a quarterback will. Does that kind of make sense?
I'm trying to think of who I'm picking. Damn, man. I don't know who I want here, bro. Hmm.
Here you go, Steve.
No, I'm going Najee.
Najee, I like that safe
I
pick.
w
I like it.
Yeah, I wanted to go wide receiver, but I like just the volume that Najee's going to get.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he just has a higher upside than Stevenson,
I can see
where
that.
I think, Stevenson's kind of capped a little bit.
Especially with Zeke there, who's gonna take a lot of those
The
red zone
touchdowns and the
touches.
goal line, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm okay with Mahomes going pretty early in redraft. And I don't know, people may call me crazy, but it's just tough after like the top five of, or top six, seven, eight of the wide receivers, running backs. I mean, Mahomes gives you a clear advantage over a lot of the other QBs, right? We saw even last year. I mean, the top four QBs, compared to the fifth QB or to the 10th QB, it's such a huge difference,
That is a fair point.
especially when you've got 6 point passing touchdowns. I mean,
Yeah, that too. That too. It's not like Mahomes will do bad. It's not like he's gonna lose you a week. Obviously, he's gonna win you weeks if anything.
Mhm.
But just me personally, the position in general is just not valuable enough for. Like I said, you could have gotten Josh Allen at the end of the third. Um, or heck, even
Mhm.
Justin Fields could have been available for the 4.03 instead of Josh
Mhm.
Allen, who could arguably, like I mentioned, arguably rival Mahomes in production. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's a preference thing. It's not like yeah, Mahomes is obviously gonna be Mahomes.
I mean, one of my favorite in one QB leagues to draft is Lamar because you can get him really late. Shot caller, what up, lady shot caller? Let's see, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's see what Diaz does here on the snipes. You motherfucker.
You want a Keenan, huh?
Oh shit, that's funny.
See, if you don't mind me rambling for a minute,
Go
over
ahead, bro.
over the last couple seasons, there's been like a running back dead zone. Basically, anyone past the running back 10 or whatever in the first couple of rounds is not worth drafting. Um,
Right.
that isn't exactly how it goes. But yeah, just the running back dead zone of anyone past or anyone in these middle rounds just will just not do very well at all. And I think that's kind of a bogus way to look at him because I can see lots of guys. I can see like five, six, seven guys here that I like. I'll trust my running back too, not as my one, but as my running back two. That are just kind of being overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's rough because when you look at the difference between RB12 and RB30, there's not much of a difference in points per
No,
game.
no.
So if you don't think they have capability of being an RB1, they're kind of just all replaceable. I know. I'm trying to fix it. Shot caller, my bad.
that's that's not anything to do with me, right?
I don't know.
Um,
You could try and hop out and hop back in quick.
um, yeah, just one sec. Give me Dobbins. Give me.
Nice.
I think Judy's okay with his. I think Judy should be back by week one, so I think he'll be fine.
Okay. Okay, Judy.
Yeah, I'm. Let me leave and hop back in. Maybe
All
that'll
right.
fix your
Let's
echoing
see.
deal.
We'll see.
Or should I not? What do you think?
No, go ahead. Yeah, just try it. It's worth a
Okay.
try. So he goes Dobbins, Judy. Yeah, I shouldn't have took Najee, honestly. I could have probably waited, but that's what we do it for
Okay, we're
to
back.
practice. No, it's still the same shit. God
Can you
damn
hear
it.
me still?
I can hear you, but it's still echoing.
Oh well, I'm not sure.
Damn.
I do like that Waller pick. The 5.03. I really do like Darren Waller this year
Shows my pick.
because I can see a position where Daniel Jones like doubles his passing touchdown rate of last year because he only had 15 passing touchdowns last year. And with Darren Waller, Jalen Hyatt, and some of their other guys getting healthy, I could easily see him getting, 20, 25. And Darren Waller, is by far the best receiving option on that team. It's
But
not
yeah,
even close.
definitely not close.
hmm So yeah,
I mean, look, I like Waller, but the problem is he's never healthy. So I mean,
that
he could easily be a top three guy if he's healthy.
right. He's kind of like a James Conner or a Keenan Allen type deal. Where like when they're healthy they'll produce, but you don't know how long they'll be healthy. If they, that's just a big question mark. That's another
Jamie
thing
was
too.
good.
Sometimes it's hard to judge like like injury risk. You don't want to draft people. You don't want to avoid people because they'll get injured, or that. What you would have missed out on McCaffrey last year, or McCaffrey this year going. You know what I mean. Um, but some of these guys, I don't know. Injuries are hard to take into account when drafting. That's just a lot to consider.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think of DeAndre Hopkins going forward?
I mean, he's got wide receiver two upside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of leave it at that. I mean, he's just dangerous. He's an older guy. We see what happens with these older guys that the hamstrings just don't hang, don't hold on. And we've seen him battle injuries the last 2 years. Like, so it could be that time. I mean, he's not on a great passing offense. Obviously, he's going to be the guy there, but at the same time, you just got to be cautious because we've seen it just people just die. I mean, we saw Julio Jones just die out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bola, try turning down your mic volume. But yeah, I messed with mine already, and it's not doing anything on my end here.
Okay.
You turned it down? No,
Yeah.
I still hear it. I still hear it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You can still hear me though. Yeah.
Oh shit! I just messed up my pick. Oh god
Oh.
damn. Swift. Oh, don't do me like that. Oh, come
He's not the
on.
worst RB3, but probably not what you wanted.
I don't want him, bro. Shit. All good, Jamie.
Guess.
Appreciate you always tuning in, Jamie. This is getting on my nerves. I'm sorry, guys. I can't figure it out right now.
Yeah, I don't know why everything's acting up. It's just kind
It's
of weird.
bullshit. It's what it is.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Bullshit.
I would
Oh
rather
wait,
have.
hold on. I don't hear
Okay.
myself no more. No, I still do. It's fucked. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Okay. So I would rather have JSN in the sixth, seventh, eighth than DK in the third, where I've seen him been going. I
Sorry, say that
just
again.
that's
You'd
a
rather have who?
situation. I'd rather have JSN Jackson Smith,
Yeah.
over DK, who's been going in the third.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of like if they'll produce at their ADP, it's just like I don't see a position where DK will outproduce JSN that much to justify the 3, 4, 5 round difference.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I mean, the crazy thing is, like, there's a world where DK has fucking double digit touchdowns and goes just off, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think realistically, we've seen Lockett outproduce him the last what 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
hmm
So yeah.
I think they're all gonna kind of battle each week for the top receiver spot. I think it's gonna be kind of volatile
Hmm.
because I mean Geno Smith, he went off last year obviously, but I don't think he's dynamic enough to really produce 3 wide receiver 1s, let alone 2.
Hmm.
He didn't even produce 2 last year. Neither DK nor Tyler Lockett were in the top 12. So who really knows? So I, for
Right.
one, really, really like the startup going so far.
I really liked my start until I fucking auto picked Swift.
Guess you should have been more swift to picking there.
I was not swift to pick in there, but I mean, a guy that I do like did fall to me.
Addison, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, with the wide receivers left, for me, he kind of stands out there.
Yeah, I could see it. He's got the talent to definitely make a name for himself right away. And
Well,
Thielen had
he's
a
in
bunch of
a
targets
he's in a
last.
high powered offense, right?
Yeah,
Defense is trash. You've got JJ, you've got Hawkinson. Of course, they're going to take targets, but
but who else is?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with Thielen gone, they really don't have anyone else to throw to. I don't think. Yeah, yeah, pretty much no one else really.
There goes Pickens. It was close between Addison and Pickens, but I'll take the high powered offense of Kirk Cousins throwing the ball, 600 plus times.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like Pickens. I know people say I'm a Pickens hater. I mean, I like Pickens, but just gotta show me more. They have to do more. Pickett's got to take the next step. They've got to let Pickens run more routes. He's got to get separation. He's got to be a better route runner. Like, I mean, he can catch the ball. There's no doubt about that. But
Right,
he's not going to make it on just all of those contested catches and sick catches. I mean, as we saw last year. So,
right.
if Deontay Johnson is still going to command, 150 targets,
That's why I
you
took
still
him.
got Fryermuth, right? Fryermuth's
Yeah.
had his first 2 years in the league, 60 plus receptions. If I'm not mistaken, there's only like
Yep.
one or two guys ever that's ever done that before. Somebody have to look that up for me, but
I really like Zay Flowers in the eighth. I
oh, I
think
love
Zay
Zay
Flowers.
Flowers.
Once you
I
break
love
it
Zay
down,
Flowers.
there's really not that much. I'm sorry, was I talking over you?
No, 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 you're good. No, I was saying I
Okay.
love Zay Flowers.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. When you break it down, there's really not a whole lot of competition in Baltimore. Now, obviously, Mark Andrews is Mark Andrews. He's probably going to lead the team in targets. But when you break it down in the wide receiver room, Odell Beckham, he's 30 plus years old. He's coming off an ACL tear. He's coming off some sort of big injury. I don't remember exactly what it was. But at that age, you can really just can't expect him to be super, super amazing coming off of a big injury. And Rashad Bateman's he's decently good, but he's no one. He's no alpha. Zay Zay Flowers was widely considered, not widely, but a lot of people consider him to be the best receiver in that the whole class. So I think there's an easy situation where he he's the number two target in Baltimore.
hmm Well, that was what I was. One of the things I was saying, Zay Flowers. I love the spot that he went to Baltimore, and people really didn't like that at first.
Hmm.
But yeah, he was
So
an awesome wide receiver coming in. He was my wide receiver three because I had JSN, Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, and then Addison, and that
so
kind
my
of
question
came to
is,
fruition.
why
Go
did
ahead.
why did Ty take Tua if he already had Lamar? I wanted Tua. That's no fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that.
That's that's pretty lame. But I think Danny Dimes will do just fine. He's a quarterback nine, only throwing 15 touchdowns last year. I mean, come on, he's gonna be he's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Danny Dimes is. I still question Danny Dimes. I mean, yeah, he was QB9, but don't forget there was a lot of guys that were injured or didn't play the whole season as well.
Yeah,
He didn't have weapons, so I mean, it's very fair that he doesn't have the kind of weapons around him that he should. But I don't know. I'm hoping that he's capable. Apparently, he's got more confidence. He's bigger.
yeah. Guess we'll see how that goes.
He has but he has the upside. I can absolutely see a world where he still finishes top 12, but I can also see a
Yeah,
world where he doesn't.
yeah. Fair enough. Um, someone I also like taking late is Juju. I
Yeah.
know he's not the best ever. He's getting a major quarterback downgrade from Mahomes to Mac Jones. I mean, can you get much worse than that? But with them trading Myers to the Raiders, I think he can easily get 100 targets. Maybe not 100 targets this year, but I
Hmm.
think he'll easily be the top target in that offense. Granted, it's not a very good offense, but still, I think he'll be a safe volume guy this year.
Mhm.
There goes Gabe Davis to Diaz. Watson Rogers. That's on auto pick. Wanted to take Pitts.
What do you think about him this year?
I like Pitts. I've always liked Pitts. I mean more for dynasty than right now, like for redraft.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think he's gonna surprise a lot of people this year. I think they'll run a ton of play action. So a ton of action to Pitts and London, as they both had 30% target shares when they both played together. A lot of people say that London only had a high target share because Pitts got hurt, but they actually, when they played together, they both had 29%, 30% target shares. So
Yeah, I'm just hoping and praying that
and
Desmond Ritter just plays
yeah,
something decent.
I hope so too. But I mean, don't forget that same offense that they used to run in Tennessee used to produce top five tight end seasons for Delaney Walker,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Pitts. I mean, he's a freak of an athlete. So
So let me say one more thing as well.
go ahead.
Kenneth Walker went in the end of the fourth round. Charbonnet went in the end of the ninth. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I just don't see a situation where Will Walker will be 5 rounds better than Zach. I just don't. Especially with
Yeah.
Zach's passing prowess and him being taken in the second round of the NFL draft. They're not just gonna sit him on the bench the whole year. He's gonna get his fair share of work. I just don't see a situation where Kenneth Walker will be worth that price. If anything, I'll take Zach that late as a great
I don't
handcuff.
know. Like Walker's another one where you can look at it both sides, right? You can see a scenario where he is the next Nick Chubb, right? Gets the first and
Mm-hmm.
second down work, not the pass catching down work, right?
Yeah.
You can also see the scenario where Pete Carroll just doesn't give a fuck. He plays the hot hand, and whoever's running the ball well is going to get more carries. You can see a scenario that Charbs takes all the pass catching down work and the goal line work, and and Kenneth Walker turns into Isaiah Pacheco. Um, so there's numerous different outcomes that can happen. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen. I think we're panicking a little bit too much, but you can never be safe. I mean, this is the same guy that gave the job to Chris Carson instead of the first round pick, Penny, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even though Penny was always injured, but
I don't know if I like those last two
it's
picks,
rough.
but I'll stick with it. I think Elijah Mitchell is being slept on a little too much. I mean, obviously McCaffrey's there; he's gonna get his lion's share of work. Um, and I'm not gonna say McCaffrey is going to get injured, but obviously he's dealt with a lot of injuries over the past few years, and he's getting older, and he's just taken on a massive workload in his career. So I can see a situation. I'm not saying he will. I'm not assuming that he will. I'm saying there's definitely a situation where McCaffrey gets hurt because of how much he's being used, and Elijah Mitchell takes over and is a league winner for however long
I don't
McCaffrey's
even-
sidelined.
Yeah, I don't even think he has to get hurt. Mitchell can still can still give you really good production. The
Yeah,
problem is he
yeah,
can't stay healthy. We saw last year when he was healthy, like he took a lot of carries. Didn't he take like 15, 18 carries one game?
yeah, something like that. I just
And obviously that might not be the same every single week, but uh, let's see. Damn, we've got trash over here.
I was really hoping for Thielen
Fuck.
with that end of the 10th pick, but
I should have took a
didn't
running back,
didn't
but
end up with him.
um, who are we talking about? Oh, Elijah Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he can't stay healthy, so that's an issue. So I think he can still give you decent fantasy production, even with CMC healthy, but if he's not healthy, then I mean, I think Jordan Mason is a guy that we should be trying to target really late or hold on your bench. I mean, especially Dynasty where you just want all these backup running backs on your bench,
Yeah.
just to give you those spot starts, or you can use them trade or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there'll be enough room on the bench to carry Jordan Mason at redraft. There'll probably be a waiver wire pickup, but he's a guy to look out for when Mitchell can't stay healthy.
Hmm.
JMO. Oh gosh. Okay.
Dang. Got in trouble for betting again, didn't he? Well, not again, but you know what I mean.
Hmm. I mean, you would think after the whole Calvin Ridley thing that the teams or whoever would sit down with these, even the agents would sit down with these players like, okay, this is the rules on gambling. This is what you can't do. This is what you can do. Like, after something
Yeah.
crazy like Calvin Ridley's. And
Yeah.
obviously that didn't happen, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm not there, so I can only judge intentions so much. But come on, they've got such good opportunity in front of them. Like, why? I just, I just don't see why you would. You're making millions of dollars a season, hundreds of thousands of dollars, making like
yeah.
three, four, five
And
times a good salary in the U.S. And you're wasting it on stuff like this. I don't know. That just seems foolish to me.
Mims, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I like Mims.
I like Mims a lot, especially after the injuries that have been going on.
What do you think about Kendra Miller going forward?
I like Kendra Miller for Dynasty, but he's also replaceable. Um, Running backs are tough.
Oh, oh, I auto because I wasn't paying attention. Oops.
It's hard to bank on any running backs after, looking forward after even 1 year's time, except for obviously those the workhorse guys like, Chubb and all those guys. But even still, like injuries happen. Like it's tough. You got to take it year to year with these
Right.
guys. So Kendra Miller could be awesome this year. And you know what? They might, if they're not good, and then next year they fucking might draft one of the great running backs that comes out. So
To
it's
be
rough.
fair, you could make that argument for majority
Hmm.
of backfield situations.
All backfield situations. That's why I hate running backs, especially in
Yeah,
Dynasty, because
yeah,
they just wind up screwing you. It's tough when your assets are tied up in the running back position in Dynasty, because if that guy gets hurt, now you're stuck. You have no way out. You have no way to fix your team. Nobody wants that guy. So, and they just don't last long. So it's rough.
yeah.
I'm more of, build my team around the wide receivers, QBs, and then when it's really time, I'll go out and get running backs. And it's a lot easier to just buy running backs during the season, when teams are not in contention and you spend a second on some older guy. I mean, shit. I rode, I killed in all the other positions, but I rode Latavius Murray and fucking Donta Foreman, to the playoffs last year in one of my dynasty leagues.
That's. I don't know if that's sad or
Yeah,
amazing.
what happened was I think I had some injuries, and then towards the end of the season, I was just able to buy those guys for cheap, like a second, a third, and I just boom,
Hmm. Yeah.
dirty.
Purdy bird. Okay, let me get. I'm gonna take someone here who I've been taking non-stop in my leagues.
Okay, last
Super,
pick,
super late.
Irv Smith,
Yes,
nice.
sir. The
Okay,
very
I
last
like
pick of
Irv
the.
Smith. I'm a Viking guy. I liked him on the Vikings. Problem is he couldn't stay healthy. He's on a great
Yeah.
team now, but at the same time, I mean, it, we've been
So,
just seeing like,
because Hayden Hurst was it
yeah,
Hayden Hurst? Yeah, it was. He left over. He left a bunch of targets left over.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I think Irv Smith is, especially when the very last pick of your draft is your backup tight end. I mean, I think he's well worth a dart throw in every league.
Well, let me ask you this: Irv Smith probably was still would be on the waiver wire, right?
Yeah.
So, would you rather free up your roster spot to add another running back or wide receiver or whatever, and then just go and pick up a tight end when you need one in Joku's bye week? Do you think that would be more efficient than holding on to a guy like Irv Smith and wasting that roster spot?
That was a good point.
Because what's the difference between Irv Smith and whatever other tight end that you pick up for that week on the waiver wire?
Probably not much.
Nothing, nothing, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about it that way, you start to put into perspective, okay, how can I, maximize what I have on my team, right? Would it be more effective to take one of these backup running backs that are on the waiver wire and hold on to them where they actually might gain some value with an injury?
You know what? That's a really good point. I didn't think about it like that. Hmm.
Because we do this in Dynasty constantly because those roster spots are just so important. And now just kind of incorporating that a little bit into into the redraft world where we don't carry a ton of bench spots, right? So those bench spots are really important.
Right.
But yeah, I thought and I'm not knocking the Irv Smith pick. Like I think Irv Smith is a good tight end. This issue obviously is staying healthy, but
Hmm.
just kind of thinking of it in that way as far as like your roster construction and what you have on your bench, right? So when
Right.
you really think about it, is it really worth it to have backup tight end on your bench?
When you really think about it, probably not.
Mm.
One player I was considering taking instead of Bruce Smith was John Mechie. I think he went undrafted.
Okay.
What do you think about him?
I like Mechie. Only problem is he's kind of like kind of like the Irv Smith analogy. There's just a bunch of guys just like him. So,
Hmm.
um, when you kind of break it down into the tiers, it's like, what's the big difference between any of these guys really that got picked here in the end and him.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
So you
like
would
Mechie. It's
rather
just tough.
one.
He's got a young rookie QB. He's got a bad offense. He's got a ton of other young wide receivers on that team as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed a year. Obviously coming back from the cancer, so it's tough. It's tough. I don't think like he'll emerge into like a wide receiver two or anything.
Mm.
At least that's how I
So
feel. But
in general, you'd rather have running backs late on your bench because
hmm
they're one injury away from having uh, either trade value or a good flex spot or something like that.
exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Because when you look at, let's just say, Team Six down here, right? Tyreek Hill, Debo Samuel, Mike Williams, Traylon Burke. Well, these are all injury guys. Maybe that's not a good example. We can start four wide receivers, right? If you look at Brady all the way at the end, right at the 112 here, and you see he's got CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Amari Cooper, Tyler Lockett. I mean, when is he ever? I mean, obviously, maybe you might want to have one or two on your bench, but when are you ever going to play Odell, Tyler Boyd, Jalen Hyatt, and Sharp? And what's the difference between any of those guys and any wide receiver that you just pick up off of waivers
Pretty
for
much
for a
nothing.
week if you need to start,
Pretty
right?
much
So
nothing. Yeah.
there's multiple different ways to look at it. You can look at it as, having those extra wide receivers. Maybe if one of them starts going off, you can use them as trade bait and combine them with another player to try and tier up, of course. Um, but for me, it's like if I have a few nice wide receivers, I've got my starting lineup filled out. I've got one on the bench. Um, you know, eh, why not just fill up with a bunch of running backs? I mean, especially if you go like hero RB and you kind of fade the RB2 a little bit, and now you're kind of plugging and playing that. So there's multiple different strategies. That's why fantasy football is amazing and everybody loves it, and everybody has different opinions and strategies, and every strategy can work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
Hmm.
yeah, what do you think?
Blowing my mind right now. You're bringing up stuff that I haven't really thought about in that way. Because you're right. Like for example, Jalen Warren, he's one injury away from leading that backfield.
Mhm.
When someone like Puka Nakua and Nico Collins, DJ Chark, Mingo, all these guys, like you mentioned, they're not going to be much better at all than guys available in the waiver wire. When if Najee Harris were to get injured, they didn't pick anyone up, any veteran up to pick up the slack, then Warren would be much better than anyone available on the waiver wire that week.
Exactly.
Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah, yeah, basically. I mean, we've gotten into a ton of warp, which is, wins over replacement player. I'm not sure if you saw the show we did with Scott Connor, but we went over warp and, how that fits into everything. And, I really like the warp because it kind of just instills what I already do and already teach in my mindset already. And that's just kind of like the mathematics behind it that proves what I'm saying is, true or right or a good way to look at things or a good
Mm-hmm.
strategy, right? Um, so the warp kind of shows, right? The tight ends really don't matter after the top three guys. They don't really make a difference, than the next guy. So yeah, just kind of looking at that, how to roster construct when you're looking at it that way, and then taking like that dynasty portion of it and say, we love the backup running backs, that we can trade for thirds or seconds during the season when they play because of an injury, and kind of inputting that into the redraft, like, okay, why should I have, DJ Shark on my bench when I've got, four stud wide receivers already, and then I've got one guy just on my bench just in case. Like, why do I need, all these extra wide receivers that I'm never going to play, you know, where I can have these running backs on my bench that are valuable that, can play when injury happens, you can trade them. And so that's just one way to look at it. Obviously, there's a bunch of different ways, but
Would you be down to do a post sometimes about this? I think our followers could really use that info.
oh,
Because, like
yeah.
I said, I've never really thought about it like that. I think constructing your bench like that is kind of a game changer in a sense.
Because one of them is gonna be that league winning guy, right? Or
Yeah,
could be that league winning guy, right? You want just a higher probability chance. So,
yeah,
Puka's great, but he's never gonna be a wide receiver one, two, or probably not even three this year,
right.
So, yep.
I
But yeah, I'm
think
definitely down to do a post. We gotta do one. Is there just going back to this draft here? I know we didn't really go over anything. Was there anything that kind of stood out to you, or what would you say, I guess, was the best pick that you saw, like the best value pick?
best value pick. Hmm. Well, one of my favorites, I might be biased because I did it, but Rashad White in the in the seventh round, in the 6-7 turn, I think that's a steal. I think there's easily top 15 upside for him. Because with Leonard Fournette gone, there's tons of touches available in the backfield, and they haven't signed anyone yet to take him over. And granted, that offense probably won't be very good, but they're that quarterback's there. Whoever starts majority of the time will just check down, check down, check down. So I think Rashad White could be really, really nice, especially in PPR.
Yeah, I'm not as much on Rashard White as everyone else. I don't think he ran the ball well between the tackles. He wasn't a good like running back. He's a great athlete, he's a great pass catcher, right? But
Yeah,
we can't expect what it was last year, right? That was Tom Brady, the king of basically check downs, and he threw the ball damn near 700 times last year.
yeah,
Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask is not throwing the ball anywhere near 700 times, right? So,
yeah.
yes, they're going to be down. I do think he's going to get he'll get a good amount of, receptions, but on a bad offense, I mean, is he going to be the goal line guy? Is he going to be scoring touchdowns as well? It's rough. I don't mind him there where you took him. I mean, you've got, James Cook and all these other guys in that same kind of area. So where you took him, I'm okay with. I'm just talking about him in general.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much your flex. You're not relying on him as your RB2. You've got two RBs already,
right.
so it's a good spot. But that's kind of the little bit that worries me, about Rashard White. Do they bring somebody else in? I mean, shit, I don't know. There's still veterans out there, right?
Right. That is a good point.
I don't know.
One other pick that I really like was Charbonnet. Like we already talked about the Charbonnet at the end of the ninth. I
Yeah.
think he's a He's not a like a home run pick, but one of the better value picks in the whole draft that I can see.
I like that one too. I like that too. I'm trying to see if there's anything that kind of jumps out to me. Oh, you got Deontay as your wide receiver four. Damn, I like your team, Bowler.
Yeah, yeah, I really like him. I think he'll easily bounce back this year.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, I like that one.
Appreciate it.
Is there any pick that you thought went way too early, kind of like a bad value pick?
Um, let's take a look. I'm not too big. I already mentioned this, but I'm not really too big on DK at the end of the third when
That's right. Okay.
JSN went at the end of the sixth. I'm not really a fan of that.
Yeah, I think I would have went Amari. I would have went Amari. I think over DK, but that's kind of a toss up. But
Yeah,
yeah,
not really a fan of him.
Keenan Allen, Terry, Debo, D Hop at the 5'9".
I like that pick, but I can see where people are on the fence and even out on him. I can see
I'm
why
taking
people.
Lockett, I think, before D Hop. That's a close one too, because there is, more competition, obviously, but Lockett hasn't let us down yet.
Yeah,
He's Ayuk, Kansas, Kirk. I thought Addison fell to me. I thought he should have went maybe a little earlier, but
yeah. I mean, well, you look at some of the guys that went before him, and I don't know how much of an argument there is to go
yeah,
before him.
that's what I was looking at as I was saying it. I'm like, but yeah, I guess kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I think I gotta get going here pretty soon.
Yeah, I got
Thank you
yeah,
for having me
I'm
on the
about to
show.
get out of here too. We're about to get out of here, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys smash that like,
Yeah.
smash that subscribe if you're new. But appreciate all you guys for coming out. Baller. Appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know just where they can find you.
Yeah. So I run a fantasy football page on Instagram. It's called Big Ball of Fantasy. You guys should check it out. We recently hit 5,000 followers. Been working on it for over 3 years now, so you should check it out because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I
Awesome,
think.
awesome. Make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, we are up out of here. I'll post Baller's Instagram in the comments so you guys can go check that out. But
Sweet.
appreciate y'all. We out.